Welcome back to this playthrough of Bitter Woods. It's time to begin the December 25th AM turn. Before I do that, though, I want to correct something for the Allies. They had two intended attacks down here on these two regiments of the 560th Infantry. I'm going to let the Allies make those attacks. The first one will be from these three regiments to here with artillery support. I've already added it up. It's a 2-to-1 -1. So let's see what happens. Roll the 1, which becomes a D3 result. Go back to there. And I will have him advance. This artillery fired. Second attack will be here. 7, 14, 18, 23, using two of these artilleries, 30, 37. We use this German artillery to support, so it'll be a 37-8, which is a 4-to-1 -1. Roll the 3, which becomes a 2, which is a D4 result, so that eliminates him. Okay. I don't think I'm going to have anybody advance. Just leave it at that. Okay. So these units get flipped back over because it is now the beginning of the next turn. And the Germans get reinforcements this turn. They bring in an infantry regiment here of the 167th Division, Infantry Division. Come down to here. And they bring several units in up here. Let me bring them in. Okay. So next we do mutual supply. These regiments are back in supply now. And next we do interdiction. This turn the Americans get 6 air factors to the Germans 2. So the question is, who do I want to interdict? And also, I don't want to use all of those factors for interdiction, so okay, I think right here got Piper in the middle of the woods. I think I'm going to interdict this hex right here to keep him from driving around and getting away. And we'll make him go in the other direction. Give us another chance at him. So I think I will interdict right there. And I think I'll save the rest. Okay, so the German movement. Let's start with Piper. He's in a bit of a spot now. He needs to get out of here and get back towards his lines. He's also got over here these 2 Nebelwerfers that are under a counterattack result, meaning that they're going to almost certainly be killed this turn. I could go over there and help them out, I guess. And there might be some value in going over there. That might tie up 2nd Armored Division and not allow them to move towards Marche. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in this direction, move to there, and help these Nebelwerfers who are out of supply as well. Forgot to mark them. Help these Nebelwerfers in their counterattack. Oh, and I have more units out of supply. My bad. These guys are out of supply over here. Again. They're in a spot. They just can't attack their way out of there. Because they're out of supply, their attack factor is cut in half. So they would have 9 factors to the Americans' 7 factors. Plus the Americans get a shift for the trees. So I'm just going to have them hang out there for right now. I don't think I'm going to move them. I'll move them back into the town here. At least they're stronger defense. They're kind of stuck. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're going to do down here in front of Bastogne. Situation has become a little tenuous, frankly, for the Germans. This artillery is about to get attacked. I need to get him out of there. I can get him to here. He can go 1, 1.5, 2. So right there. I'll have this regiment go 2, 3 to there to defend the approach. Of course, the Allies want to move on to Bastogne, which is up here. So that's, you got to imagine that will be the main direction of their attack. So I think I'm going to have these 2 regiments, the 212th Volksgrenadier, come back into Martelange. Have the 5th Pfalzmediger get together there. The Panzerlehr go 1, 2 to right there. We're still under ground freeze, so it cost armored units 1 movement point to move in light woods. Now the bigger question that we have over here is what to do with the 9th Panzer. Should he stay here to defend Bastogne, or should he move towards Marche? I think what I'm going to do is have him split up. I'm going to have 1 regiment. I'm going to have the armor come down here, get in with them. But I'm going to have the 2 mechanized, the Panzergrenadiers, I'm going to have them go this way towards Bastogne. So let me see where they're going to end up. Okay. So this will allow them to defend these river crossings to the south of Marseille. Let these Nebelwerfers move, and I'll have this armored regiment come up to there. So right now, we're guarding all the river crossings here, 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 and back down there. So the Americans are going to have to fight their way across the Lessa River. Well, I guess the Lessa goes down here, and this is the La Home, however you say that. Okay. Yep, that's how that's going to have to look for right now. Now the bigger problem that the Germans have is up here, where the Americans have managed to punch a hole in the line. So how are we going to fix this? I think have these guys simply fall back to there. We'll move the artillery back. And I'll have the 3rd Panzer Grenadier. God, they got to move right into the mouth of the lion. They got to go right there, I think, to stop the American. I don't know where they can go. This is a tough spot that they're in. Okay, I'm going to have 2nd SS go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. I'll have the Panzer Grenadiers go right there. Move the Nebelwerfers back. Thinking about these guys here, I got 2nd Panzer and the 150th Panzer Grenadiers. They're kind of stuck out there a little bit now. But I also don't want to, they're in good terrain. They get a shift there for the hills. I got to move them though, or they'll get pinned without artillery support and they'll die. So I'm going to pull them back to here. Maybe to there. Well, they can get pinned there too. I can't leave them stacked. Gotta go like that. Just to give you a little bit of idea of the geography. Here's Marseille right here. Here's our line right there. So the Americans are not that far away at all from the front line. And again, if the Germans do not hold Marseille, they got to hold Marseille, Bastogne, and St. Vith to have a draw. So this is going to be a tight one for the Germans, I think, down the stretch. Okay, well, let me look up here too. I've just got problems all over the place. I think I'm gonna have him cross the river and go to there, and the other regiment cross the river to there. Okay. Well, I've got somewhat of a line there. Of course, now I'm worried that they're going to cross here and pin him. Well, maybe they can't do that. Yeah, they couldn't get to a position where they're surrounded. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for the German turn. Let's move on to the American. There will be no combats for the Germans this turn. And we will move on to the Americans. So let's start down here in the south near Bastogne. The goal, of course, is to move on towards Bastogne. So that's what we're going to keep doing. I'm going to have them go 2, 3 to right there. Him go to there. Him go to there. I'll have this artillery move up to here. And we'll see if the artillery and all that can just blast a hole through there. It's going to be a lot of firepower right there. I've got 5, 12, 19, 24, 29 points of artillery alone. Yeah, okay, that's going to be good. Oh, you know what? I did have one attack with the Germans. I forgot about it. It was this counterattack down here. I have to do that. They're going to counterattack these regiments here. When you're attacking, your half rounded up, so they're both going to be at 5. So they're going to have 10, 25 points, 25 combat factors, to 8, which is a 3 to 1, down to a 2 to 1 for the trees, 2 to 1 minus 1. Roll to 5, which becomes a 4, which is a firefight result. Not the worst thing that could happen for the Germans. I'll take it out of the 75th. I'll take it out of one of these regiments here. Oh, and he would be back in supply now. Okay. Germans are losing a lot of units, frankly. I got 8 just sitting here on the table, haven't put in the tray yet. Okay, sorry about that. Let's move on over here anyways and see what the Americans are going to do. They get to bring in an armored division here. And I think they're just going to come in and run up the road to there. The infantry will move to there. We're going to try and kill this stack this turn. So second's going to go to there. I'm going to have him run around here and pin the Nebelwerfers. And the artillery is going to come down the road here. Yeah, and we're just going to work on getting rid of that Nebelwerfer unit and getting rid of these 2 regiments here in the behind the Meuse, or 3 regiments. Okay. I think we're going to try and cross here with 3rd Armored Division. And what we're going to do is we're going to have these regiments here at Dinant go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. And then have 3rd Armored Go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. Punch across right at that point. Have the British come out and hit right here. Yeah. Have him come over as well, why not? Oh, and a quick reminder, there in the optional rules, there's an Allied cooperation restriction that does not permit the British to cross the Meuse. When I play solitaire, I choose not to play with that rule. Frankly, I just think it's more fun to get the British involved, and makes these games closer at the end. That's how I feel. So the British can cross the Meuse and attack in this game. Okay. So, coming up here, I moved some units around. Let me reshuffle, sorry. So I think these British units are going to come down and attack Scoresney. Like that. Artillery coming down. We are going to get combined arms on this because he is in the open as we are over here. So that's good. Have him stack. What's his name? Horrocks. Okay. The Americans have left themselves a little bit open right here, or the Germans have, I should say. I'm going to attack here. So these regiments are going to go 1, 2. They're going to come down the road. And this armor is going to come over 1, 2, like that. And that should be enough to settle him. He is 6 double to 12. I'm going to have 7, 14, 19, 21, 27, 32, 38, 42. 42, this will be 3 to 1 minus 1. And you know what? I'll add this artillery in here to make it a 4 to 1. I think everything else is going to hit right here. Try and this artillery will help out here. Have the British come down to here. I don't think the Germans have it in them to advance, but this will stop that from happening. Okay. Up here at Liège, we're just looking at each other across the river, and I think we're just going to keep doing that. Ties up some German infantry, and I don't think there's really any need to advance. Oh, I forgot about this. I get some more British troops, another British division. What are they? The 51st Infantry Division. I'll have them come down in here with the other British Infantry Division, the 43rd. Get them in the middle of the battlefield. Okay. So now we have to allocate air power. And we're going to allocate one down here to this fight. I'm going to put one up here. I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to put two up here. You know, I'm going to change my mind right now. I'm not going to put one here. Instead, I'm going to put one down here at Bastogne. Put one right there. Okay, so the Germans respond with their 2 air factors. And the first one is going to go down here at Bastogne. I think the last one will go up here. Help defend the 2nd SS. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do that. See if I can have them hold the line. Okay, so let's start down here. The Germans are going to have 9, 14, 19, 24 factors. That fired. The Americans are going to have 7, 14, 24, 28, 33, 43, 48, 55, 62. 62 to, what did I say? 62 to 24 is a 2-to-1 that is shifted down to a 1-to-1 with no endurance rating bonus. So it's going to be a 1-to-1. Roll the 6, which is an attacker 1. Attacker retreats 1 hex. So they successfully held us off. Okay. That was good for the Germans. Okay, over here, the Germans, when you're out of supply on defense, you simply lose 1 factor off your defense. So he's a 4, and a 5. So they have 13 factors. They're in a town, so they're doubled to 26 factors. Their endurance rating is down 1 as well, so they have an endurance rating of 4. So 26 factors. The Americans have 7, 14, 18, 21, 25, 35, 45, 50, 56, 61. So 61 to 26 is a 2-to-1, but the plane will shift it to a 3-to-1, and it will be a -1 for endurance rating. Yeah, -1 for endurance rating. We don't get flanking. So 3-to-1, -1. Roll the 5, which becomes a 4, which is a counterattack result. So not good for the Germans, but they're under counterattack. Okay, over here, these units will attack the Nebelwerfer. And Nebelwerfer is when they defend with a strength of 1. So he has 1. We have enough for a 7-to-1, which will be shifted down to a 1-to-1, 6-to-1, -1. Roll the 6, which is down to a 5, a D3 result, which will eliminate him. He comes off. And I think I'm going to have second mechanized infantry advance. Okay, so up here, the Germans have 5 factors. The Americans have 2, 4, 13, 22, 28, 33, 36. So it's a 7-1. I guess I didn't need a plane there. That's just a straight up 7-1. Should have done the math on that one. So it's 7-1 and no ER bonus. So 7-1. Roll the 5, which becomes a D4 result. So he has to retreat 4 hexes. I'll go back to there. And I will have the mechanized infantry and this regiment cross the river. Okay, right up here, Germans have 7. We have 7, 12, 15, 25, 33, 38. So that's a 5-1. It gets shifted to a 6-1 for using combined arms in light woods, and it gets shifted to a 7-1 for the aircraft. So 7-1. Roll the 3, which is a 1D1 result. So he takes 1 step loss and retreats 1 hex. The guards will advance. And let's move up here. Okay. Up here, the Germans have a plane involved. So the Germans have 10, 14 factors. The Americans have 4, 8, 13, 18, 23, 26, 31, 36. So it's 36-13, which is a 2-1. It gets shifted to a 3-1 because of combined arms into clear terrain. But the German aircraft shifts it back to a 2-1. So it's a 2-1 straight up, no ER bonus. Roll the 2, which becomes a D1 result. So 1 hex retreat. And he'll just retreat to here. Okay. Now here, Germans have 4, 6, 12. The Americans have 7, 14, 19, 21, 27, 32, 38, 42, 46, 52. So enough for a 4-1. And the plane takes it to a 5-1, -1. So 5-1 -1 is a 6. Down to a 5, which is a D2 result. So that eliminates these 2 regiments. And I will have the 9th advance. Okay. Okay. I think that's everything. Let me take one quick look. Sorry, let's zoom out a little bit. Situation around Marseille is getting tight. Americans approaching from the south, from the west, from the north. And there's only 3 turns left in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Germans can hold on for 3 turns. The Germans had good results down at Bastogne. I don't know, sending that regiment of the 9th Panzer down there obviously paid off. Piper desperately needs to get back to his lines, I think, now to help out with the defense of Marseille. Okay, but that's the situation at the end of the December 25th AM turn. We will do December 25th PM next time. Until then, see you later.